One evening, two families, thousands of miles apart. One phone call devastated them. Two scholars, Aminul and Ishani, went missing. Their thoughts froze. They loved their families. Now for the last 24 hours, their calls were unreachable. Their friends reported them untraceable. What slowly unfolded was a bone-chilling incident. Stay with us and write where you are listening to this from. Please subscribe for more exciting stories. This is based on a real incident that puzzled the people, shocked the world, and frightened the dreamers who cross oceans to fulfill their dreams in a foreign country. This is an unfortunate incident that happened at Iowa State University in the USA. Two dreams were devastated. They never knew a nightmare would snatch their lives and dreams. Oceans carrying dreams. Dreams of education. Dreams of success. Dreams of becoming someone. But inside one young man's mind, something else was growing. Something silent. Something violent. And by the time the police connected all the dots, two brilliant students had disappeared. This is the terrifying story of dreams and an unseen conspiracy. Jakarta, Indonesia. Aminul Abbas grew up in a disciplined middle-class family. Quiet, intelligent, respectful. His teachers described him as the kind of student who listened more than he spoke. Chemistry fascinated him. Music fascinated him even more. His parents dreamed of seeing their son study abroad one day, and he did, thousands of kilometers away. In Delhi, India, Ishani Ray was growing into a completely different personality. Bright, expressive, artistic. She loved literature, music, campus festivals, photography. Friends gathered around her naturally. She had the rare ability to make people comfortable within minutes. But behind the cheerful personality was an extremely focused student. She wanted to build a future overseas. Eventually, both dreams reached the same destination: America, Iowa State University, a place filled with international students, late-night studies, coffee shops, music, pressure, loneliness, and ambition. It was there that Aminul and Ishani met each other, and also another student who was quiet, who watched them. He was lonely, and fate placed him dangerously close to them. Aminul, gentle, brilliant, friendly, the type of student everyone trusted immediately. He laughed loudly, studied sincerely, sang songs with friends late into the nights. But the third roommate was different. He rarely joined anyone, avoided conversations, avoided friendships, and yet he observed everything. He watched Aminul, Jaideep, and especially Ishani, beautiful, intelligent, confident, everything he could never become. Aminul and Jaideep were in their second year of the research fellowship in chemistry. They chose a 3-roomed apartment near the university. The third bedroom was rented to that quiet student. He kept to himself. He resented everything Aminul had: the music, the research discussions, the friendships, the mentors who admired him. After 6 months, Aminul missed his class. He was nowhere. His classmates and teachers were concerned. He was a serious student. Where could he go? After a few hours, Ishani was also not found. Their phones went unreachable. Parents contacted the university and the police. Stress grew. Two families thousands of miles away were filled with worry and a growing red flag. TV channels appealed for information. Investigators interviewed friends, professors, classmates, and neighbors. Every conversation ended the same way. Nobody knew where the students had gone. Yet several people mentioned the apartment, more specifically, the atmosphere inside it. Small conflicts, differences in personality, disagreements that had gradually become noticeable. Detectives took notes. One friend recalled Aminul mentioning frustrations about the living arrangement. Others described the third roommate as distant and difficult to know. Not threatening, simply distant. Still, detectives wanted to speak with everyone connected to the case. For the families, sleep became almost impossible. Each ringing phone created panic. Investigators worked around the clock. Slowly, a timeline began to emerge. Not complete, just fragments, pieces of movements, interactions, and locations, enough to suggest something serious had occurred, not enough to explain what. Then detectives returned to the apartment, this time with greater focus. The search became more detailed, more methodical, more intensive. The apartment no longer felt like a student residence. It felt like the center of a growing mystery. Photographs, electronic devices, personal belongings, records. The ordinary details of student life were now potential evidence. Friends began sharing memories that suddenly felt important. Moments that seemed insignificant at the time. Comments they barely remembered. One student recalled entering the apartment and feeling uncomfortable without knowing why. Another remembered the roommate simply observing, listening, watching, never participating. Then came the fifth day, a day that changed everything. A report reached authorities about a strong odor near a dumpster area located miles away from campus. Investigators responded. What they discovered would transform the entire investigation. The scene was immediately secured. Forensic specialists were called. Human remains had been recovered. For Aminul's friends, the realization was devastating. Many refused to believe it. Just days earlier, he had been discussing research, discussing graduation, discussing the future. The news reached Jakarta like a thunderbolt. A family that had spent days praying now faced an unimaginable reality. Hope disappeared. Grief took its place. Yet even amid the shock, investigators remained deeply concerned because one person was still missing, Ishani, and detectives increasingly feared the two disappearances were connected. Then came the final and most devastating discovery. Nearly 30 miles from the university, in the cold silence of a remote lake, investigators recovered the body of Ishani Ray, a brilliant young woman from Delhi who had traveled thousands of miles carrying dreams of education, success, and a brighter future, was gone forever. The news shattered her family and sent shockwaves through the university community. The apartment that had once echoed with laughter, music, friendship, and youthful ambition now stood at the center of a tragedy that would haunt everyone who knew the victims. Detectives worked around the clock, connecting timelines, examining digital evidence, tracing vehicle movements, recovering deleted GPS data, analyzing purchases, and interviewing dozens of witnesses. Piece by piece, the puzzle came together. Every new discovery led back to the same person. Every trail pointed in the same direction. The evidence against the third roommate, Bashir Ahmed, was becoming impossible to ignore. As investigators dug deeper, a complicated history began to emerge. The loss of his father during adolescence, periods of instability, an abrupt interruption of his university studies, struggles with substance abuse, and attempts to rebuild his life. Reports also surfaced of serious family conflicts, including confrontations that had led to legal intervention. Then came the standoff. Police vehicles sealed off nearby streets. Through loudspeakers, authorities repeatedly ordered Bashir to surrender peacefully. For a time, there was no response. Then, after hours of uncertainty, the front door opened. Bashir stepped outside, followed police instructions, and surrendered without resistance. He was placed in handcuffs and taken into custody. We like to believe that human behavior can be neatly explained, that every action has a visible cause, that every tragedy leaves behind a clear trail of clues. But reality is often far more complicated. Human beings carry private worlds within them, worlds of memories, disappointments, fears, resentments, hopes, and secrets that no one else can fully see. Perhaps that is why stories like this continue to haunt us long after the headlines disappear. Even when investigations end, arrests are made, and courtrooms reach their verdicts, certain questions remain beyond the reach of evidence. And perhaps the deepest tragedy is this: the people lost in stories like these are often the very people who carried kindness, ambition, and the potential to change lives around them. They leave behind more than memories. They leave unfinished dreams, empty spaces at family tables, unanswered messages, and futures that will never arrive. Parents carry the grief for the rest of their lives. Friends continue remembering conversations that suddenly became final. Classrooms, campuses, and communities move forward, yet something invisible remains missing forever. Because when innocent lives are taken too soon, the loss is not measured only by what ended that day, but also by all the good, hope, and meaning those lives might have brought into the world.